playing with me. Look into my eyes, do it look like you playing me? Is it safe to be thinking that you could ever get over on me? I'm a rebel of this game, so ain't no rules if you find me. I'm a vessel in this industry. Y'all misdemeanors tell me smart, I'm new one.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Y'all know what time it is. It is another Tuesday in the ATL, and it is me, the one and only, Next Icon. And this is the ICON Chronicles. For those, again, that are always seemingly to be unaware, Next Icon is an acronym for No Excuses, I Can Overcome Negativity. And I want to welcome y'all to another episode of the ICON Chronicles. We're going to go ahead and get this thing rolling. If you are not able to watch me on Facebook Live under the ICON Chronicles podcast or on Facebook on Next Icon Davis, or if you cannot watch me on StreamYard, you can listen to me on Spotify through Anchor and tune in and listen to everything that I have to say. And again, I guess now that things are where they are, I have to put a disclaimer out here now, that everything that I say on my show is my opinion. It is my belief. It is my thought pattern. It is what I see and based upon my perceptions. So if someone feels a certain way, if someone takes anything personal, if anyone takes anything seriously, that's your own personal problem. We are entitled to our opinion, and we don't always have to agree with everyone's opinion. We don't have to like it. We don't have to love it. We can hate it, despise it. We can want to throw it up under the bus and run over it 20 times. It's an opinion. So let's go through the basics, reminding you all that I do have music that is out, and I do have a new single that is called Let the Sun Shine. It is being distributed by DistroKid. It is not the usual ballad type formats that I've been doing lately, but I will be getting back to that eventually. But you can also go to DistroKid, you can go to YouTube, you can go to any place online, and you can check out my other single releases that I have been releasing since the start of the year. There is Ready for This, there is Lay You Down, there's Pillow Talk, there's Stay, there's Ain't My Call, there's Wake Up, and you can also check out the latest album that I dropped called The Declaration of Me. Also, if you have ample opportunity and time, you can also go on to YouTube and you can check out the Malcolm series. And you can catch me in Chasing Malcolm, Interrogating Malcolm. I think those are the only two. You can also catch me on Tubi in the movies Domestic Warfare, The Struggle to the Dilemma, Jared, of which is a sitcom starring yours truly. You can look up One Night Stand on Amazon Prime, and you can check that out. I also have a new release that has come out called 140 Minutes, and we are waiting for the much anticipated release of Friends Like Sisters, which is going to be coming out real soon, and I will keep you updated on that. Also, I have 6 other projects that I am currently working on. I am still a part of the Moshe Dynasty, and we are still in production with filming Moshe, which is described as a gangster love story. I am also involved in Atlanta's Ugly 2.0, Season 8, and where I play a gangster by the name of Dallas. In Moshe, I play a street thug named Tim. I'm also in a soon-to-be movie, maybe a play. They're still debating on which way it is going to go. But it's entitled Love in Atlanta, where I play AJ, a club owner. And the best way that I can describe this one is it's a combination of the brothers and, oh my God, what is that show? I had it in the top of my head. Girlfriends. So you have 4 female friends and you have 4 guy friends, and they are put together in this movie, in this production, and that is currently being worked on as we speak. I am also in a part of the Murder Mystery Theater as, oh my God, I forgot his name, Juan Tidman. And I will also be appearing, goes well, I will be appearing in my first Nollywood film, with, and I'm not going to give the title of that as of yet because I signed a non-disclosure agreement, but I'm looking forward to appearing in that project as well, and I think I have named them all. If you also have an opportunity, you can go to www.lulu.com/spotlight/next icon, or you can just type next icon in the search window and you can get a list of my current book releases. There is Love for the Game Book 1, Love for the Game Book 2, Balls in My Word. There is the psychological thriller Brutal, and there are 2 volumes of Confessions from the Flip Side of Love. Again, volume 1 and volume 2. And I'm currently in the finishing stages of my 6th book, which is entitled Across the River. I would give you some more on that, but I think y'all gonna want to read the book first. And once I get that completed, then I have to go back to finish the final chapter of Love for the Game, which is going to be simply titled Endgame, where everything is tied in and tied up, and all loose ends are connected. So if you check out Love for the Game Book 1 and Book 2, you're going to want to check out Book 3. When you read 1, you're going to want to read 2. If you check out Brutal, some of the characters from Love for the Game do brief cameos in Brutal. Check them out. They're great books. So far, everybody that has read them has enjoyed them. If you are a reader, you're going to want to check that out. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, if you would like to be heard on the ICON Chronicles, there's a number at the bottom. It is currently being worked on right now, but that number will be active within the next week or so. But you can still call and leave a message on that number if you have any comments, suggestions, recommendations for the show. If you would like to be a guest, you can leave your information on that number, or you can send your information to the ICON Chronicles at gmail.com, and I will follow up with you. Also, last but not least, there is Next Icon Radio that is still looking for artists. And at this point, I've been asking for a number of months. So I might just have to go ahead and start the radio station myself, featuring my music until y'all decide to get up off your butts and send me your music and your information to be included on Next Icon Radio. To be considered for that, do be aware that there is a $5 fee per song to be included. And I'm going to continue to say this. Whether you think your music sucks or you think that it is the bomb, that is you. I am only playing the DJ. My job as the DJ is to play your music, not decide who's going to like it, who's going to love it, who's going to hate it. I'm not that kind of DJ. I have no intentions of being that kind of DJ. If you send me your music and you send me the $5, your music will be put on the air. It's going to be up to the listeners to decide if they like it or not me. Again, my job is to play the music, let the audience decide what they like and don't like. Because what I may like, they may not like, and what I don't like, they may love. It's not my call. I think I got a song saying that too. I think I got a song called Ain't My Call. Might be a sign for me to release that as the next thing. We'll see. Anyway, now that we've got all the formalities out of the way, let's get into tonight's topic. And it's funny because when I put the topic up online, I was asked a couple questions. Well, actually one question in regards to the show. And, you know, it's funny. Tonight's topic on the ICON Chronicles is Helpmate versus Mate. And the reason why I say that it's funny is because have you ever gone to the movies? Have you ever taken somebody to the movies and they know that you've seen it before, or you sitting at home and you're trying to Netflix and chill, and it's a movie that you've seen, but you like it, or you like the person that you're with and you're willing to go ahead and watch it again. And they always ask you, well, what happened? What happened next? What's gonna happen? Who did this? Why you didn't tell me? My response to that, as it was with this question, was watch the movie. If you watch the movie, all of your questions will be answered. So this was my response when the question that I got was, what's the difference between a helpmate and a mate? Actually, I did get two questions. I'm not going to go to the other question. But the first question was, what is the difference between a helpmate and a mate? And my response was, watch the show. Don't ask a question that you're not going to get an answer to. Watch the show. Watch the movie. Because then if we tell you what happens in the movie, then you're still mad because we told you. Why you tell me? Why didn't you let me find the first time? Because you kept asking me. You asked me 20 times. 21st time that you asked me the question, I went ahead and I answered it. Now you're mad at me because I answered the question the 21st time. Next time, just watch the movie or stay at home. Problem solved. Anyway, tonight's topic is helpmate versus mate. So since people would like to know what the difference is, a mate is just somebody that you just chill with. Somebody that's a part of your life. They're there offering companionship, company, a lending ear, someone that you could be emotionally attached to. But there's nothing more than that. There's really no, there's some feeling there, there's some emotion, there's some feeling of closeness to it, but it's not 100%. There's lags in it. There's hesitancy in it. There's a holding back in it. And a lot of people that believe that they're helpmates are not helpmates, they're just mates because they're just there in existence. They're just there in physicality. They're like, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it without sounding cliche and without sounding insulting or disrespectful. They're just there. No real itinerary for the presence. They're just there, existing. And there are a lot of people, whether we, again, and I have to say this because people read so much into things these days because everybody's so temperamental and in their feelings. But there are people that are just existing, whether it's in a friendship, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in a marriage, you're just a mate, but you have no distinct position, so to speak. You have no real definition of being there. You're just there to be there. There's no real expectations of you. There's no real weight or pressure on you to do anything or to be anything more than it's a simple mate. And some people are fine with that. Some people are comfortable with that. They don't have a problem with this being a simple mate because they don't want any responsibilities in it. They love to live their life responsibility free. No cares, no worries, no baggage, no drama, no chaos. None of the things that go into relationships and marriages, none of the disagreements, the debates, the arguments, the fussing, the fighting. They don't want a part of that. So they're just happy being present, but not involved all the way. There's a level of involvement, but not as much involvement as there is with being a helpmate. Because a helpmate is someone, keyword is help. They help. A mate can help, but they're satisfied with being nonchalant in existence. They're satisfied with the world just passing by them, and they really not being involved in it because they have their own goals, they have their own itinerary, they have their own intentions, they have their own set of goals that they're trying to achieve. And this particular mate position just gives them a little sense of security of existence that they're fine with, but they don't really have to invest anything in because it's not really what they're there for. And I guess the best way to sum it up is they're on the borderline of a hustler, but not really a hustler. And some of them are trying to be, some of them are wannabes, some of them wish they could be, but they're not. They think that they're making all of the right moves. They're thinking that they're making all of the right gestures. They're thinking that they're saying all of the right things. But as long as they stay out of the way, they're fine with that. Any sign of confrontation, any sign of conflict, any sign of any dysfunction, they ghost. They out the door. They're on their way to their next mate. Now, you can't really call them a leech. You can't really call them a parasite. You can't really call them a succubus because they're not really there to get anything. They're just there to satisfy their level of existence and to get what it is that they want to get. And if they get something from you, that's fine. But it's not mandatory. It's not necessary. It's not required. And that's in everything. The helpmate, though. The helpmate is a whole different animal. Because in order to be a helpmate, which is what people are striving to be, some people, the way that this society is going these days is kind of hard to tell. But in order to be a helpmate, part of being a helpmate, number one, is being an asset to your mate. That's not just one-sided. It goes both ways. Whether you in a heterosexual relationship, whether you in a homosexual relationship, whether you in what the hell ever kind of relationships that they got out here, as a helpmate, you have a responsibility to help. Not just to exist, not just to coexist, not just to sit around and lounge and be free of responsibility. As a helpmate, you have responsibilities just as your helpmate has responsibilities, but they have to be equal. One person cannot be doing everything while the other person is just watching and waiting and seeing where they can fit in. There is no seeing where you can fit in being a helpmate. You're there. It means that your presence is required. It means that your presence is necessary. Anytime that a person that is supposed to be a helpmate is not doing what they're supposed to do, they become nothing more than a mate. Because there's no help. This goes for men, this goes for women. Anytime that you're in a situation where your life is supposed to change because of another presence and it doesn't, that's a mate. Because what a helpmate does, a helpmate alleviates the extra pressure, the extra stress, the extra calamity. They run interference, so to speak. But don't get me twisted and saying that because of a bunch of drama and calamity that you got to jump in. No, because some drama and some calamity people bring on themselves, and your best bet as a helpmate sometimes, mind your business. It may seem cold, it may seem mean, but some people create their own drama. Some people create their own madness. Some people create their own chaos, and the first thing that they do is they expect their helpmate to drag them out of it. It's not your position. Your position as a helpmate is to be of assistance. Just as the person that you've chosen is supposed to be your helpmate. You help each other out. You have each other's back. You stay. One is weak, the other one is strong, and vice versa. Not everybody understands that. Everybody runs around now thinking that because one person is strong and because one person is handling everything, because one person is doing everything, because one person has it, they don't have to do anything else. Again, it makes you a mate. You're not a helpmate. What are you helping to do? What is your involvement in whatever's going on? What are you helping to do? If you're just standing on the sidelines watching the show, you are not a helpmate. You're a bystander. You're in the audience waiting to be, oh, ooh. You sitting on the sidelines just waiting to see what's going to happen next. As long as it doesn't involve you, you're fine. It's not your problem. It's not your issue. You're a mate. Anytime that you are in a situation where you are still doing the same thing that you were doing when you were not in that situation, that person that is still doing that as a mate, not a helpmate. Now y'all can look at most of y'all religious folks, y'all gonna look it up in the Bible and y'all gonna go by the Bible's definition of what a helpmate is, and that I'm wrong and that I'm out of context with what I'm saying. Again, like I said at the beginning of the show, this is my opinion. This is based on my perception. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it, but it's what I think and my purpose. So how you feel, how you take it, it's your own personal problem as far as I'm concerned. But if you want to be biblical about it, and you want to use the Bible to try and debate me, understand that everything in the Bible that y'all try and quote, single people, everything that's in the Bible that y'all try and use and everything that you try and quote, people in relationships, people that try to use the Bible to justify what they're going to say, to try and debate what I say and try to refute what I say, that are not married, whether you're looking at the Bible, whether you're looking at the Quran, whatever religious book that you're reading, there is nothing in the Quran, there's nothing in the Bible, there's nothing in any book of religious merit that says anything about a boyfriend, girlfriend, common law, side piece, boo thing, side chick, side nigga, whatever you want to call it. Ain't nothing in neither one of them books that says anything about that. Anything that is religified and religiously based speaks of husband and wife. Now, y'all like to sit around here and y'all like to go on social media and y'all like to listen to all of these people that are speaking all of these words about if your man does this and if your man don't do that and if your woman don't do this and if your woman don't do that, you got to do this and you should do that and they should be this and they should be that and so on and so forth. That's nice. That's fun. But just like some of these folks that make these love songs, y'all do realize that a lot of these people that are running their mouth are just running their mouth for attention. It's like a lot of these people that write these songs, and I'm not going to say any names because pretty much everybody knows names of people that write these love songs, but their real life is totally different from what they write and from what they sing about. You know, you sing about catering to a woman. You sing about loving a woman. You're singing about bringing her candy and bringing her flowers and taking her out to eat. But behind the scenes, you smacking your woman up. You beating your woman down. You dragging her down the street. You're beating her up and getting and smacking her around in the elevator. You're taking off with her car. You're taking off with her keys. She got a black eye. She got a black eye one week. She got a busted nose the next week. She got a fat lip. She got a busted nose, black eye, twisted arm, broken ribs. But then you up on stage and you on record talking about I love you. I can't live without you. You the best thing that ever happened to me. And people are eating that up because then they hear you say this and they hear you sing about these songs and they hear you sing about the men and you hear them sing about these women. They're like, oh, he is so much in love. I love him. Oh my God, that's my future husband. Go ahead. Let that be your future husband. Let that be your future wife. We see y'all on the next episode of Snapped. Or we read about you in the news because you got picked up for doing for domestic violence or domestic battery. But you also the same person that was singing how much you love women and how much you in love and you can't live without them and you can't and giving them something he can feel. If you gave him something he could feel, all right. Lorena Bobbitt ring a bell to anybody? I said I wasn't gonna mention no singers and no entertainers. I didn't say I wasn't gonna mention no ordinary people, but y'all do remember Lorena Bobbitt, right? Just saying. And now we in this day and age where everybody feels that they have to be violently justifiable to prove their point and to prove their cause. We got brothers out here killing women. We got women out here killing men over nonsense. That's not being a helpmate. What, you helping them bury the body? Helping the police put your mate, your helpmate in handcuffs and in the backseat of the car? You helping them to the emergency room? All in the name of love? A helpmate helps. A helpmate eases the stress. A helpmate lessens the burden. A helpmate understands what their mate is going through and not necessarily knows the right things to say, but knows the right things to do. And knows when they need that bit of peace. They need that bit of space to just clear their minds. They're not always in their face adding fuel to the fight because they understand that as a helpmate, I'm supposed to be helping. Part of my responsibility as a helpmate because I'm trying to get to this. I'm trying to be that helpmate. A lot of y'all are playing helpmate, but you playing helpmate with the wrong intentions. You're playing helpmate with the wrong itinerary. You're playing helpmate for self-gratification, what you can get out of it, what you can hustle out of it. You're playing the role, but understand this. Eventually, the role has to end. Eventually, the mask falls off. And who you are, and how you are, and what your position really is, steps into the spotlight. And when that happens, then y'all get on the defensive. Everybody's wrong. Everybody is just picking on you, and nobody really understands wrong. People that understand are the people that have seen the mask fall off. They've seen your true identity. They've seen your true plan. Now, I make a comment every now and then, and it's a joke to me because I say that someone hustles, but they made the biggest mistake and they hustle because part of the hustle is you never, ever, ever fall for your mark. It eliminates the point of the hustle. It tips your hand that you're not really a helpmate, that you're just a mate. And as soon as the next ship comes by, you're going to be a mate on that ship. And when your time ends on that ship, You're going to be a mate on another ship, and you're going to keep jumping ship to other mates, never finding fulfillment, never finding happiness, never finding tranquility, never finding peace, no serenity. Why? Because most mates, again, don't put in the work. Helpmate means that you're working. You're putting in the work. It's just like being out here on these streets. You're not a G until you put in the work. You don't get your stripes out here until you do something to earn your stripes. And a lot of y'all spend so much time trying to get this street cred and trying to make yourself look good in the streets. Take that work that you're doing out in the streets, put it in home. The same work that you put in there, out there on that block, bring it home. Put that work in at home. And you got people that get into situations. We'll call them, well, the new term now. I ain't gonna say entanglement because they're not entanglement, but they call them. We've gone from having marriage and relationships to situationships. So now y'all are in situationships, and you feel that you only got to put in a little bit of work because it's not really a relationship. You know, you're trying to get there, but you're just doing the bare minimum. But you're not investing the time and the effort and the energy that you should be into getting that full relationship that you say that you want, that helpmate position that you say that you want to be. There's work that's involved in that. Just because you say that you are does not make you are. You can speak it into existence, but it doesn't come into existence until you put in the work, until you apply the effort, until you put in the energy. You can say what you want to say, but if there's no action to back up what you say, fuck is cheap, yo. You got niggas out here, you got these four-corner hustlers out here promising you the moon and the sky and the clouds and the stars, and they ain't giving you nothing but a headache and a backache. And you better hope that that backache ain't tied to something else. But everybody wants to be a helpmate, but nobody understands what a helpmate means and what being a helpmate means, which means that you're only a mate because you're not helping. You're just present. Now, I will use this line from a currently incarcerated brother. Y'all already know who it is, and y'all can say what y'all want. But if you pay attention to some of the songs that he says, he does make valid points. There's one song that he says that you need to get up off your butt and get your own something. But again, that requires work. Now, you want to be a helpmate, but in order to be a helpmate, you have to help. You have to step into the ring. You can't be on the outside of the ring and walking around the edge of it talking about swing, duck, bob and weave, tuck and roll. A helpmate is in the ring, side by side, fighting the fight together. Key word, two together. Not one together, two together. Because a helpmate understands that it takes two. A helpmate understands that the work cannot be done by one person by themselves. A helpmate understands that their involvement is critical and necessary to the evolvement and to the progress and to the raising levels of both existences. Not just one. Because if only one person is doing the job, then that person might as well continue being by themselves. Why do the work of two? Why do the work of three? Why do the work of four? You don't do that. We spend most of our time on our job already doing that. You have that lazy coworker that comes in and slacks most of the day while you got to do your work and their work, but they're helping you. Helping you by what? Staying out the way, doing as little work as possible. That ain't right. Nobody that is trying to build with somebody has time for a simple mate. Now, when you get married, they kind of cut that off. This is your mate. Your husband is your mate. Your wife is your mate. No, helpmate. Because you help each other. You help each other build. You help each other grow. You help each other rise. You help each other manifest. You help each other get to the next level together. That's the key point that people keep missing. The two part. They're here together, but because the two, I guess because the two is not spelled TWO, they forget that it's two. So you had to ask yourself in your situation, are you a helpmate or are you a mate? As a helpmate, you bring something to the table. One side of your helpmate, they bring the meat, they bring the grill, they bring the charcoal, they bring they you know they brought what I said, they brought the grill, they brought the meat, they brought the charcoal. The helpmate like, yo, you forgot the lighter fluid. You got the potato salad. We ain't got nothing for dessert. You ain't got nothing to drink. They don't say nothing. They don't nitpick about it. They just handle it. Because they know that they already got this part over here done. So as a helpmate, let me step in and get this part done because maybe they were too busy or they were running behind and they didn't have time to get this extra stuff. So let me go ahead, pitch in and get it. That's a helpmate. A mate just sits there like, okay, you brought the meat, you brought the grill, you brought the charcoal. What you gonna light it with? All we got is meat. You ain't bring nothing else for the meat. You ain't got nothing to drink. What we supposed to do? How you gonna have a barbecue and you ain't got all the stuff to go with the barbecue? That's a mate. Because they just nitpick. They got everything that's wrong and everything that is missing instead of just saying, you know what, let me help and grab some of this stuff. Maybe the potato salad and the drinks and the light fuel, maybe it's in the car. Because they're carrying the grill, because they're carrying the meat, because they're carrying the charcoal, and they only got two hands, couldn't carry all of that. But you too busy being a mate, nitpicking on what should be there and what should be got and how they should have brought it and how they are so lame for not remembering to bring it that you need some help. Do you have anything else in the car that I need to go get? But no, you sitting at the picnic table waiting for the food to cook, waiting for the food to get done. So now if the food ain't done right, I could have cooked this at home. I cook better barbecue at my house. You come to the wrong barbecue, your ass might be on the barbecue for making comments like that because you're not helping. You nitpicking. Let's take it home. And I think I did a talk about this. The actress with the pastor husband who felt that even though she worked 18 hours a day on a movie set, that she should still be able to come home and cook him dinner and clean the house and vacuum the floor and sweep the floors and all of that while he's sitting at home all the time writing his next sermon. And please, again, don't get it twisted. not saying nothing's wrong with being a pastor. I'm not saying nothing at all. But if your woman or your mate works all day long and you're at home all day long, what's the problem? Your mate is working 18 hours. Why they got to come home and cook too? If that's the case, again, like I said, if you work 18 hours a day and you got to come home and your house is nasty, you ain't got no food, or you ain't got no food to eat, but you got somebody that's there, that's been there all day, that ain't did nothing all day, and you still got to come home and clean and cook and clean, and you ain't got nobody there. You got a mate, but you ain't got a helpmate, because a helpmate would have been like, dang, she working 18 hours a day. Let me see what I can do. I'm not finna sit here as number one, me as a man, I'm not finna sit there all day long and not eat because I'm waiting for my woman to come home working 18 hours. I'm not sitting there waiting for her to come home and cook. And I've been at home all day looking at the refrigerator, knowing that there's food in there to cook. But because I'm too lazy or I'm too pastoral to cook, I'm gonna wait till she come home to do her woman's job and cook and feed me. It's not a helpmate. It's a mate. It's not a helpmate. There ain't no help there. You still operating on a singular level because you still have to do everything that you were doing before they showed up. So your life has not changed. It hasn't diminished any, but it hasn't progressed any either. Helpmates provide progress. Helpmates provide level advancement. Helpmates provide help. I lost track of the word that I was going to say. Helpmate versus mate. Keyword, help. Helpmate, mate. Helpmate, mate. Mate. That's it. That's all you good for. Mating. Mating. But you're not helping. What is your position in your either situationship, your entanglement, or your relationship? What is your position? What do you do to promote progress? What do you do to promote elevation? What energy are you putting in? What effort are you investing in growth? Now, people think that it's something simple as giving compliments. It's nice. Support. It's nice. But we can get compliments from the street. We can get support from the street. What is it that you provide in your situationship, in your relationship, that cannot be gotten any place else from anybody else? Going back to the social media post, people put on there, I don't need nobody to bring the table, I'll bring my own. That's fine. But the table gets lonely. What do you bring to the table? What do you have to enhance somebody's existence? Because one, you're looking for somebody to enhance your existence. You're looking for somebody to help you progress. You're looking for somebody to help you raise to your next level of existence. You're looking for your helpmate. But in order to get a helpmate, you have to be a helpmate. So what is it that you're bringing? What is it that you offer? to motivate, to inspire, to progress, to elevate? What do you bring so that you can get bring that same energy back? Because our existence, everybody looks at the physical manifestation of our existence. This is beyond the physical manifestation of our existence, because it's about the exchange of energy. Whenever you come into contact with somebody, that's an exchange of energy. When you shake hands with somebody, that's an exchange of energy. When you hug somebody, that's an exchange of energy. When you have sex with somebody, that's an exchange of energy. When you have a conversation with somebody, that's an exchange of energy. This conversation that I'm having right here on this show, this is an exchange of energy. And a lot of us, we're draining the people that are around us because they're putting so much energy into what they have to do to elevate and to progress and to move forward. They're putting so much energy into that, and then they have to turn around and they have to dilute that energy to put it into somebody else that's not bringing any energy back. We feed off of each other, whether y'all realize it or not. Because you can't see it does not mean that it does not exist. We feed off of each other. We are vital to each other's existence, but a lot of us have forgotten that. And so many of y'all are focused on the physical manifestation of existence, and it goes beyond that. There's psychological, there's physiological, there's mental, there's emotional, there's verbal. There are so many levels of our existence, but we are so busy focused on the one thing that we can touch, that we can feel, that we can see. Everything that is before us is not that easy. To put in the work that you need to be a helpmate. No, it's not easy. Nobody ever said that it was. And whoever did tell you that it was, they lied to you. This is life that we live in. This life is not easy. The breath that we take is not easy. The steps that we take are not easy because either one of them can stop tomorrow. Any one of them can stop in the next 5 minutes. Anything can stop in the next 60 seconds. And y'all are wasting time, and y'all wasting energy, and y'all wasting progress by just simply being mates. But you want the world. You want the helpmate on one side to give you the world plus, while you give absolutely, positively nothing. You reap the benefits. You get the accolades. You partake in whatever it is that comes in. But what are you returning? What energy are you giving back to this person that you say that you want to be with? To this person that you're trying to be a helpmate to, and that you want to be a helpmate to you? What are you giving back? What are you putting into them? What are you putting into their spirit? What are you putting into their soul? What are you putting into their psyche that you're trying to get back? You cannot get what you don't give. And a lot of y'all are mad because you don't get what you feel that you should be entitled to, not understanding and not realizing that you're getting exactly what you gave. Now, I've quoted this artist many times, and I'm gonna say it again. His name is Billy Preston. He had a song said, "Nothing from nothing leaves nothing." And a lot of y'all youngsters might not know about that. Look it up. Billy Preston, "Nothing from nothing leaves nothing." He tells you that. If you don't put in anything, you cannot expect to get anything back. You're going to get exactly what you gave. If you give 100%, you're going to get 100%. If you give 50%, you're going to get 50%. If you give 25%, you're going to get 25% back. The person that if you put in 25% and the person is giving you more than 25%, that person is going to be exhausted soon. that person is going to be burned out soon. Because they're putting so much more energy into you that they're not getting back, that they're burning out just as quick as a light bulb will. Because you're not returning the same energy. You're siphoning the energy to boost yourself and to boost your levels and to boost your position, but you're not giving back. And you cannot do that with a helpmate. Y'all feed off of each other. Y'all's energy feeds each other. The energy that that person is putting into you, if you at 25% and they're putting in 75% to build you back to 100, that means that now eventually they're going to be down to 25% and they're going to be looking at you to replace that same energy that they gave you. And if you cannot, do not, or will not do that, that person is going to fade away. They're going to close off. They're going to get distant. They're going to shy away. They're going to isolate. They're going to alienate. Why? Because they have to find their own time, their own place, and their own space to regenerate the energy that they've put out. First thing that y'all say, you're mean, you're cold, you're this, you're that. But y'all not understanding that we've given you every bit of energy that we've had. We fed you what we had to give, and you gave nothing back. And because you're not giving that energy back, I have to find a way to replace that energy. I have to find a way to rebuild it. I have to find another energy source. And please, again, don't get it twisted and confused with cheating. Everybody don't cheat, regardless of what you hear, regardless of what the almighty Facebook says, regardless of what the almighty Instagram says. Everybody don't cheat. Everybody ain't interested in it. Some people have seen what cheating does to other people, so they do not follow that route. Why? Because somewhere somebody has to break the chain that binds. Some people suck at cheating. They've tried it, and they got caught every single time that they try to cheat. So their best bet, their lesson that they learned was, don't cheat. It's not a matter of cheating to get your energy back. It's a matter of finding the time in the place, in the space to rebuild that energy that you put into somebody that is not returning what was given. And that is not what we're here to do. We are not here to drain each other. We are not here to siphon the energy off of another individual that we claim that we love or that we want to be with for the rest of our lives. You return what was given. You return what was willingly offered. And if you can't do that, if you refuse to do that, if you won't do that, if you can't do that, then that's where you start reaching into that realm of being a leech, of being a succubus, of being a parasite, because that's what they do. They siphon the energy. Leeches siphon your blood out of your body to feed themselves. They don't give anything back. They don't even give you a thank you. They attach to your skin and they suck the blood out of you. They don't say thank you. They don't wait for your body to rebuild the blood that you lost to feed them. They don't wait. They keep on draining that blood out of you until something makes them release. Parasites, same thing. Parasites bounce from host to host to host, siphoning off energy. And a lot of y'all are using the Helpmate mask as a way of draining energy from people that have genuine intentions, good hearts, and are willing to do and to sacrifice what they have to help you grow, to help you progress, to help you build. But while we're doing all of that, we're starving. We're hungry. We're looking to get that energy back that you can't seem to give. So what's the difference between a helpmate and a mate? I think I've already explained that. A helpmate helps. They ease the stress. They alleviate some of the burdens. They are the true backup. When they say that they have your back, they have your back. That's a helpmate. A mate does nothing but what they can do to survive. And once that survival phase is done with, they go to the next person that they can survive off of. And then they continue to go to the next person that they can survive off. And the next person that they survive off. A helpmate is going nowhere. Because a helpmate is there to help. A helpmate is there to build. And to not just to build, but to be another beacon of light, another set of eyes that most of us don't see. And I can tell you this, men, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but I'm gonna tell you, I told some boys to do this once. Find 3 things in your house as a man that are basic colors. Take them 3 colors to a woman and ask her what color that she sees. This is why that helpmate is vital. If you're a man and you're trying to find a woman as a helpmate, that's why that vision is vital. Because why? Because where we see black, green, yellow, and blue, that woman sees turquoise. She sees silk. She sees magenta. She sees fuchsia. She sees money green. She sees sky blue. She sees dark black. She sees navy black or whatever black that you could come up with. That's what she sees that we don't. Men, that's a helpmate. We pick up that slack. We're supposed to be that pillar of strength for them. But at the same time, I'm going to keep saying this, we have to get that energy back. It's an exchange. It's an exchange of energy. It's an exchange of power. Neither one is considered weak. Neither one is weaker than the other one. It's an exchange of power. It's an exchange of strength equally. But I can't feed you if you starving me. And vice versa. So if you really want to be a helpmate and you truly believe that you are a helpmate, do what you have to do to be a helpmate. Truly have that back. Truly be that beacon of light. Truly be that energy that can not only feed, but to be fed. A closed mouth can't be fed, neither can a closed conduit be replaced with energy. But you can't keep siphoning off energy either. Because eventually, you're going to run out of energy to siphon. And then you're going to starve. I'm going to let y'all figure that out. A lot of us know what our positions are. And we live it to the fullest. And we honor it. And we commit to it. But we do not commit to being drained of our energy. So pick your spot. Pick your position. Play it well. Are you a helpmate? Or are you just a mate? Only you can answer that question. Peace.
Thinking they playing